Join me as I try to navigate the tricky world of credit cards and avoid the biggest mistakes beginners make. Can I do it without falling into any traps? When it comes to credit cards, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of having a new line of credit, but the reality is that making mistakes with credit cards can have serious consequences on your financial health. As a beginner, it's crucial to understand the potential pitfalls and take steps to avoid them. In this video, we'll explore the common mistakes that beginners make with credit cards and how to steer clear of them. One of the biggest misconceptions about credit cards is that they're a free pass to spend money you don't have. But the truth is, credit cards are loans that need to be paid back, and making mistakes can lead to a cycle of debt that's hard to break. By understanding the risks and being mindful of our spending habits, we can avoid getting into financial trouble. Credit cards can be a valuable tool for building credit and earning rewards, but they require discipline and responsibility. As beginners, it's essential to educate ourselves on how credit cards work and the potential consequences of misusing them. By doing so, we can avoid common mistakes and make the most of our credit cards. Moving on to the challenges that beginners face when it comes to credit cards. One of the biggest hurdles is overspending. It's easy to get caught up in the moment and swipe our cards without thinking about the consequences. But the reality is that overspending can lead to debt and damage to our credit scores. Another common challenge is misunderstanding interest rates. Many of us assume that our credit cards have a fixed interest rate, but the truth is that rates can change over time and hidden fees can add up quickly. By understanding how interest rates work, we can avoid getting caught off guard and make informed decisions about our credit card usage. Accruing debt is another significant challenge that beginners face. When we're not careful, credit card debt can spiral out of control, leading to financial stress and anxiety. By setting boundaries and being mindful of our spending habits, we can avoid debt and maintain a healthy financial situation. Credit cards can also be confusing, with complex terms and conditions that are hard to understand. As beginners, it's essential to take the time to read the fine print and understand what we are signing up for. By doing so, we can avoid hidden fees and surprises down the line. Building credit responsibly is a key part of using credit cards effectively, but as beginners, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the process and make mistakes that can harm our credit scores. By understanding how credit scores work and making responsible financial decisions, we can build credit over time. Credit card companies often use clever marketing tactics to get us to sign up for their cards. As beginners, it's essential to be cautious and do our research before applying for a credit card. By understanding the terms and conditions, we can make informed decisions and avoid getting caught up in traps. Moving on to the key mistakes that beginners make with credit cards. One of the biggest mistakes is missing payments. When we miss payments, our credit scores take a hit and we can end up in debt. By setting up automatic payments and being mindful of our due dates, we can avoid missing payments and maintain a healthy financial situation. Not understanding credit limits is another common mistake that beginners make. When we don't understand our credit limits, we can overspend and get caught off guard by surprise fees. By understanding our credit limits and being mindful of our spending habits, we can avoid financial trouble and maintain a healthy financial situation. Failing to read the terms and conditions is another significant mistake that beginners make. When we don't take the time to read the fine print, we can end up with hidden fees and surprises down the line. By being cautious and doing our research, we can avoid getting caught off guard and make informed decisions about our credit card usage. Healthcare employees and big profits. Healthcare employees. Applying for too many credit cards is another common mistake that beginners make. When we apply for multiple credit cards, our credit scores take a hit and we can end up with too much debt. By being mindful of our credit applications and only applying for cards that align with our financial goals, we can avoid financial trouble and maintain a healthy financial situation. Not monitoring credit reports is another mistake that beginners make. When we don't monitor our credit reports, we can miss errors and inaccuracies that can harm our credit scores. By regularly checking our credit reports and correcting any errors, we can maintain a healthy financial situation and avoid financial trouble. Carrying high balances is another common mistake that beginners make. When we carry high balances, we can end up with debt and damage to our credit scores. By paying off our balances in full each month and being mindful of our spending habits, we can avoid financial trouble and maintain a healthy financial situation. Making late payments is another significant mistake that beginners make. When we make late payments, our credit scores take a hit and we can end up with that. By setting up automatic payments and being mindful of our due dates, we can avoid late payments and maintain a healthy financial situation. Not taking advantage of credit card rewards is another mistake that beginners make. When we don't take advantage of credit card rewards, we can miss out on valuable benefits and perks. By understanding the rewards programs and making the most of them, we can get the most out of our credit cards. Closing credit cards too quickly is another common mistake that beginners make. When we close credit cards too quickly, our credit scores can take a hit and we can end up with debt. By considering the impact on our credit scores and being mindful of our financial goals, we can avoid closing credit cards too quickly. Having too many credit inquiries is another mistake that beginners make. When we have too many credit inquiries, our credit scores can take a hit and we can end up with debt. By spacing out our credit applications and being mindful of our financial goals, we can avoid having too many credit inquiries. The most critical insight or lesson learned from these mistakes is that a single missed payment can impact credit scores significantly. By understanding the importance of timely payments and being mindful of our spending habits, we can avoid financial trouble and maintain a healthy financial situation. Missing payments can have serious consequences on our financial health, and it's essential to take action to avoid them. By setting up automatic payments and being mindful of our due dates, we can avoid missing payments and maintain a healthy financial situation. Building credit responsibly requires discipline and responsibility. By being mindful of our spending habits and making informed decisions about our credit card usage, we can build credit over time and maintain a healthy financial situation. Credit card companies often offer enticing rewards and benefits, but it's essential to keep our financial goals in mind and avoid getting caught up in the hype. By being cautious and doing our research, we can find credit cards that align with our financial goals and avoid financial trouble. In conclusion, avoiding common credit card mistakes is crucial for maintaining financial health. By understanding the risks and being mindful of our spending habits, we can avoid financial trouble and make the most of our credit cards. Remember, credit cards are tools that require discipline and responsibility. By educating ourselves and being cautious, we can avoid common mistakes and build credit responsibly. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment with your experiences or questions about credit cards. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more content on building credit and maintaining financial health. See you in the next video.